people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about affordable or cheap headless guitars. This particular one I have up, the Harley Benton, I have talked about before. But there are a few other options out there in the kind of $300 to $400 price range that a lot of you might want to lean towards, as opposed to going like Strandberg or Kiesel, where you're going to be paying several $1,000s for a headless guitar. And I'll give you my personal preference. Keep in mind, this is the only one I've actually ever played. I got lucky. One of these showed up at a local music shop. So the other two is more about kind of opinions based on what other players have said. And we'll just kind of go through the specs of all three of them. There's three different brands. Two are extremely similar, Harley Benton actually being the most different. So let's just run down here. Typically, all of these are going to have some sort of roasted maple neck and 24 frets. I don't know if these ones, these ones are also stainless steel. This is a Graphtec nut. Let's just run down the specs. So alder body, roasted flame maple neck. We got offset dot, medium C. Fretboard radius is 350 millimeters. Nut width 42, Graphtec Tuss nut, stainless steel, Roswell pickups. Keep in mind, all of these also have proprietary pickups. So that's going to be one thing you may want to replace upon buying any of these. I mean, all the pickups sound fine, but it's not something you'd like a Seymour Duncan or a DiMarzio, an EMG, a Fishman, something along those lines. Master volume, master tone, 5-way switch. So this one is going to be a 5-way. Black hardware, Apollo bridge, 10 to 46, and obviously there's a variety of colors in this as well. So this one, the major issue I've heard is the tuning joints, which is something you're going to hear a lot on headless guitars. Most people, especially on the inexpensive ones, let's get you a better look here once the image clears up, complain about the tuners. Now, I've heard that these have gotten better with Harley Benton as opposed to the first run. I heard the first run was complete garbage. These ones have gotten significantly better. You can adjust the string height. You can adjust the intonation. It is considered a hardtail. I know there's a pro model for one. I think the guitars that does have a semi-floating tremolo. But all of these are going to be hardtail. All of these are going to be a little bit more difficult to tune than your standard, guitar, especially if you have like a locking tuner, something along those lines. So that is something to keep in mind. This one is your kind of typical Strat shape. Roasted maple necks are nice. Stainless steel frets are nice. It looks like the strings get pulled through here, possibly even locked down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it's kind of like a locking system on this end. It doesn't look like you just pull the strings through how you string it. Now, moving on to the next guitar, which is which seems to be, rising in popularity. A lot of people seem to like this bridge better because it's a winding bridge, although I have heard some complaints about it being hard to adjust intonation, hard to do more fine tuning, or just the screws sometimes do not cooperate with you to a certain extent. I've heard the knobs, basically your pots being bent right out the back. This one does have a 5-piece roasted maple neck. Now, if you notice, there's a nice cutaway there. This is more the Strandberg shape. I think the Harley Benton has a cutaway too. Yeah, Harley Benton's got a cutaway as well. Rounded neck joint, which is nice. 24 stainless steel frets, yet again. A variety of different colors. I think blue is my personal favorite. This one has a very thin Poblar veneer on it. You're probably going to, and it's satin, not a gloss finish, so you're probably going to run through that fairly easily. Let's see, roasted Paduk body with a burled maple veneer. Paduk has a luxurious reddish brown. It's similar to mahogany, if you're wondering. 5-piece. It's also a roasted maple and Paduk neck. Multiple piece construction ensures excellent ability for lower tuning. The thing that I've heard that everybody loves about these is whether the frets are level or not. This also does have a 0 fret, if you're wondering. This particular model for whatever reason, has delightful fret ends, but the frets may not necessarily be level. So while the frets are going to be polished and look nice, you're probably not going to have any fret sprouting. It is a possibility you may still need to level the frets. I mean, from what I was told, you're better off ordering these off of their actual website, pretty much all of these guitars, as opposed to ordering them through Amazon, because I guess for whatever reason the quality control is a little better, even if you have to pay an extra $10 or $20 directly off of their website, as opposed to getting it through Amazon, you know, your 2-day shipping, something along those lines. Personally, I think this one might be my favorite. If you look at the headstock, if I can get a better image of it, it's kind of hard to tell in the upper right-hand corner. This one, the strings just slide down. There's no locking mechanism up top. You just slide the strings down and you are good to go. The third one, which you're thinking, wait a minute, that looks very, very similar, is very similar to the URT. So it is the same exact bridge system. Pickups are proprietary. 24 stainless steel frets. Oh, look at that. 5-piece neck again. This one comes in natural or black. The difference is this one has an ash body. So if you want ash versus Poduk or whatever the heck the Harley Benton's made out of, older. So, I mean, you have 3 different wood types depending on your preference there. The neck, I think, is honestly the same exact neck. They call it a Poduk neck, maple and Poduk, 5-piece natural finish. The body shows the original wood color and grain. Indian rosewood, C to U shape profile, 24 frets, 25.5-inch scale length. This one does come with a case. Has Alnico 5 humbuckers. This is going to be a 3-way blade switch, and you do get a push-pull. Now, it's hard to tell. I'll go back to the natural here. But the heel joint, while it is squared off, so that may not be your personal favorite, it does have a slight slant to it. So it has a downward slant. And from what I was told, the fret ends on these are also nice as well. You got that one YouTube dude whose name I can't remember. He's on the screen right now, raving about this guitar. The thing with YouTube reviewers that you have to be wary of is they don't always get what you're going to get. And what I mean is, a lot of the times when a YouTube reviewer gets these, they are professionally set up. The frets have already been taken care of. They've been gone through with a comb, and it's just like perfect for them when they get it right out of the box. So you have to go to YouTubers, essentially, that have less subscribers, such as myself, to kind of get an accurate rating. Now, what I do like about this is, obviously, I like the neck a little bit better on this because I like the inlays. I do like the ash body as opposed to the Poduk, or however you pronounce that. Although the top on this is really nice. The system is going to be the same. As for the Harley Benton, I like the jack placement better, because I prefer the jack on the side. I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's up in there, so you're not really going to have to deal with it. Let me see if they show you where the jack placement. Yeah, the jack placement is the same for the Poduk and the Latitude and the URT. I like the neck joint a little bit better on the URT. So I would say, honestly, give me a Latitude neck on an URT guitar, and I'd probably be good to go. But it's going to be one of those things where if you have the money, because Amazon does have a good return policy for going through Amazon as opposed to the direct website, it wouldn't be a bad idea to order 2 or 3 of these. And I'm being completely serious, because you might get a really bad one. I have heard stories of having warped necks, which they do. The people have contacted and they have an excellent policy. They will replace the guitar. You may or may not have to pay for shipping, depending on how they do it. I think they let you usually keep the defective guitar as well, and then you have to pay for shipping for the new one. But it's one of those things where you don't know what you're going to get. you could get something beautiful and playable and you're never going to have any problems with it, or you can get something with a warped neck, the frets need to be leveled, maybe the controls are a little bent, mashed up during shipping, maybe the bridge doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but from what I've been told, this is the preference, it seems like, of bridges currently with headless guitars. With this kind of wind-up system, you just slide the ball end of the string up top, locking up top, no tremolo, and you're good to go. Honestly, if I were to buy one right now, I feel like I want to go with the ERT, just because of aesthetics. So strictly speaking of aesthetics, I like the way they do these tops. I like the heel joint on the back of these things. The Latitude does come with a case. If you want a case for ERT, you got to pay extra money. Same with the Harley Benton. If you want a case, I believe you also need to pay some extra money there as well. The Harley Benton just isn't doing it for me. The tuning system scares me a little bit on the Harley Benton, although the price point is there. Although you got to keep in mind, it's probably going to be like another $100 shipping on top of this to get the Harley Benton to you. Which is why if you go ERT or you go Latitude, you don't necessarily have to deal with that. Yet again, the tuning system can be problematic here as well. It all comes down to what you get. So if you have the money, by all means, buy like 2 or 3 of these and then just return the 2 you don't like, or 2 that have problems and keep the good one. Or if you have to do it, try to do it through the actual website of any of these. Go to their actual website. Don't buy it off of Amazon. Unless you plan on buying 3 or 4 of them. Then at that point, by all means, go Amazon. Amazon's got that excellent return policy. Otherwise, try to get it off of the site because you may have to pay a little bit more, but at the same time, I think they're willing to work with you a little bit more. So those are just my 2 cents on 3 different headless guitars. 2 are a lot similar than others. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you like these comparison videos. I can do more of them in the future. And let me know what you want to see for future music and cartoon, guitar-related videos, rather. I'm saying cartoon and anime because that's my anime channel I have as well. Check that out, too. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.